Hello everyone. Night has fallen here in Wiyoh Falls. We had a few electrical posts some weeks ago, but there are no streetlights on them. Sure, the gas pumps have some light, but that's about it. The rest? Shadows. And the feeling that something might be watching. If we want to survive until morning, we're gonna need to fend off whatever's out there. With lights. Lots of lights. And fences. And fences, yeah. Welcome once again to the Polygon Vault's architecture series. Okay, let's start right away because this episode is packed. First, I modeled some retaining walls for the gas station and the snack bar. I wanted to give them a bit of separation from the forest and add some concrete around the area. The geometry is very simple. The key here is making the texture seamless so we can repeat the pattern without visible breaks. Next, I'm creating a simple grass block. I can already hear you saying, but we already have grass in our world. What are you doing? Don't worry, I'll show you why in just a bit. And after that, I made the corners for the retaining walls. What I wanted was a basic triangular shape, nothing more. The knife tool here is super handy. It lets you cut new edges right into your mesh, wherever you need them. You can create custom shapes, add extra geometry for modeling details, or even fix topology issues. Basically, it's like drawing directly on your 3D model to define new edges exactly where you want them. The result completely transforms the scene. I just love everything about it. The height, the color tones of the texture, everything. These grass blocks, here they are. They act as a buffer to prevent the terrain from clipping through the retaining walls. I place them just behind the walls so I can have a big elevation change without stretching the grass texture on the terrain. Next, I decided to add some fences. Those classic chain link ones you always see. I thought they'd help give the area a bit more realistic lived-in feel. Honestly, this is all the geometry we need. The magic for this block is going to come from the textures. Here's a simple chain link texture with alpha, so it's transparent where it needs to be. This fence kit is going to be super simple. There's the main mesh that tiles indefinitely, a broken version to add a bit of variety, and an end post so we can wrap up the fence wherever we want. Alright, with that done, we now have a solid modular fence kit that we can place anywhere on the map. Here we see our young outsider placing an order at the grill without having to worry about someone suddenly jumping out of the woods and brutally assault him, for example. And I thought, while I was in Unreal, why not finally follow this tutorial I'd had sitting on the back burner for days? It seems perfect for a lighting update, so big thanks to Mr. Holt for showing me how to add fireflies to my scene. It really makes a difference. Go check out his channel if you want, it's super nice. Night's coming, folks. We've played around a lot with fences and walls, which is great, but now we need to get our lights set up, like ASAP. Alright, let's put on some warm and inviting music first. Let's forget the creepy vibe. Oh, maybe not that warm? I mean, I kinda like it. I don't mind modeling with that vibe. Alright, so I managed to model a very basic shape for the streetlight, and with all the textures we have already added, I was able to find exactly what I needed without creating a new one. This street lamp is modular, which means it doesn't have a wooden pole base. I'll probably model a metal base at some point, but for now, in our rural area, I just made the lamp so I can freely attach it to the electric poles we have already placed. This music is so sexy! So here's the lamp housing, right there. Again, very simple geometry here. So here it is, fully textured, mostly using the electric pole's transformer texture that I scavenged. And here it is in Unreal. I'm using a blueprint that spawns a light right underneath it. I went with a basic point light instead of a spotlight because I like how it bounces around. It just feels more realistic to me. After that, it was time to light up the back alley, where Hank, the gas station owner, walks up to take out the trash. We don't want him fumbling and dropping it, right? I went with a round campground style lamppost, like the ones you see at the start of the first Alan Wake, for example. Oh, that hits the spot, my incredible peeps. You know, coffee and modeling, just the perfect duo. Same deal here. I reused the electrical system texture I made way earlier. And my god, I love it! Hank can now take out the trash without worrying about getting ambushed by whatever. And of course, Hank's character model doesn't exist yet, nor do the dumpsters or the trash. But hey, maybe in a future video. Alright, so this is something I spent a lot of time on. The cherry on top, if you will. The main sign. I wanted the bait shop / gas station to have a bit more personality, and this is how I went about it. Oh, I'm totally fine with switching back to some cozy acoustic folk music. I played around with so many different ideas for the top part, but what I ended up with, I've gotta say, it looks pretty nice. By the way, my incredible peeps, we've just hit over 333 subscribers, and I'm so happy about it. For those who haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It really means a lot to me, and it's such a great motivation to keep creating more content like this. Once I was happy with the overall shape of the fish, I started focusing on the little bed wall. I wanted a nice red brick texture to contrast with the white wood of the main building, so I reused the chimney's bricks to make it happen. I didn't have it at the time of recording, but I ended up adding a gravel texture inside the bed wall. I'll probably add some weeds and dead flowers eventually, but for now, it'll do. So I finally found the exact fish drawing I wanted to use and had to cut the whole thing all over again. This is what happens when you're modeling. I try to make everything look super easy and seamless, but you know how it goes. Here's the bait shop and gas station sign for the angler's hook. Hanks, pride and joy, ladies and gentlemen. All that was left was to add the fuel types and prices. But not just any prices. 1990s prices. Oh yeah. Oh, this is my favorite part. The little open sign with a fish around it. I even got it to blink intermittently in Unreal. You'll see in a bit. Last but not least, the little spotlights on the ground that light up signs. Not just for the gas station sign, I ended up using them for the grill too. Same deal with the streetlights and campground lights. I just reused textures. Nothing new. And now, here's the big reveal. Are you ready for it? That's it for this week. It takes a lot of time and effort to do all this, but knowing you're watching makes it totally worth it. I've got tons of plans for this map. I eventually want to expand toward the city center, create several neighborhoods, a main street, and so much more. Thank you so much for your support, my incredible peeps. It really means a lot. But for now, take care, love y'all, and I'll see you next time.